What's going on, you guys? This is Logan here with Logan's Lessons, back at it with yet another guitar tutorial for you. Before we jump into it, please remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon while you're at it. It would really mean the world to me if you would. The song we are covering today is called The Bandit by Kings of Leon. It's rock and roll and I really like the guitar tones and I think this is a fun one to learn. So without any further ado, let's jump into it and learn some rock and roll. You are watching Logan's Lessons. One thing to mention is that since this will be a lengthy video, there will be timestamps both on the YouTube bar and down in the description box, signaling to you what section of the song we are playing and whether it's rhythm or electric, so you just have to learn what you need to know or what you want to know. I do this for your ease and for your benefit and because I want to be respectful of your time. I do recommend though, if you want to learn this whole song through and through like they play it, that you watch the entire video. Let's get into it. So we'll start with the intro, which is very similar to the verse with one little difference that we'll get to there in a minute. So the first chord we're going to use is a C power chord. The way you're going to accomplish that is by putting your first finger on the 8th fret of your E string. And then you're going to put your third finger on the 10th fret of your A string. Together it should sound like this. Then you can just move that shape down 3 frets and you get the other chord in the intro. So 1, 2, 3, that's an A power chord. Your first finger should be on the 5th fret of your E string and your third finger should be on the 7th fret of your A string. Now let's talk about picking pattern. You're going to start with an upstroke on your A string on the C power chord. Then you're going to do 2 quick downstrokes on your E string. So, like that. And then back to your A string, so all together. And that repeats. So you have, you play that 3 times, then you do this little turnaround thing where you go from the A to the E, the A to the E, and back to the A. And that will transition you down to your A power chord. So it should sound like this. Same pattern applies on the A. Then the verses are exactly the same, you just don't play that turnaround. They'll sound like this. That applies for both verse 1 and verse 2. Moving on, we get to the pre-chorus of the song, which borrows heavily from the distorted guitar in the second part of the intro, which we haven't learned yet, but it's the pre-chorus, basically. And so how we're going to do that is we're going to play like a C add 9 shape here by putting your second finger, your middle finger, on the 3rd fret of your A string. Your first finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of your D string, and your third finger is going to be on the 3rd fret of your B string. You could put your pinky down on the 3rd fret of your E string, but that is not necessary here as we won't be using it. You're going to be picking it with down strums from your A, then your D, then your G, and then you're going to do a downstroke on your B string, but then you're going to pull off your 3rd finger. And then you're going to just play the C major 7 chord, which is what you have here, from your A to your B string. So it should sound like this. Then you do that again, but this time instead of playing the C major 7, you're going to play an A major chord. So you have, then you have, then you do it a 3rd time, C major 7 again, and then the very last time you play this A minor 7, which is kind of a motif in the song. The way you're going to play that is it's exactly like the A major power chord we did, but instead of just that, you're going to bar the entire 5th fret. So the pre-chorus in review is So let's talk about song structure for a moment. It starts with the intro we learned, and then layering on top of that, it plays that pre-chorus we learned. There you have the choice to either continue playing the intro or to instead go on to play the pre-chorus, and then you go into the verse, which we also learned. Then we hit the pre-chorus. Right after that pre-chorus, it doesn't go to the chorus like the name might suggest. It goes back to the verse. And instead of playing the pre-chorus, you start with this G power chord to a major 7 chord. And into the chorus. The way you do that is just like a power chord, but you're also going to bar your 3rd fret all the way down and put your 2nd finger down on the 4th fret of your G string. And then we get into the chorus. Now there's 2 parts to the chorus. One being the rhythm and the second being the lead. Let's get the rhythm first. It's all gonna be down strums like we just did the G chord, but it's gonna be going from C, like the chord we just learned at the beginning of the song, down to the A chord we learned at the beginning of the song, A power chord. Then we go to an E minor chord. Then comes the lead part of the chorus. We're going to put your 2nd finger on the 5th fret of your B string. And you're going to play it like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Plays it 16 times. And then you're going to do a hammer on from your 4th fret to your 5th fret of your G string. And then you're going to roll your middle finger down so that it can hit that 5th fret of your B string. So, and that's how it plays it. So it's hammer on from 4th to 5th, hits the B string, that repeats 3 times, and then you do just a hammer on from your 4th to your 5th. Waits for a second, and then it does. And that's the main idea. Now the next thing we need to talk about is the transition from the chorus back into the verse. You're going to bar your 12th fret on your G, your B, and your E strings, and you're going to play the notes from E to B to G. And then you're going to take your 3rd finger to the 14th fret, and you're going to bend that up. And then you have this little thing here where you're going to take your 1st finger and you're going to go back to your 12th fret of your E string, and you're going to pluck your E string, and then you're going to pluck your G string. And that's going to come back down. So, and back into the verse. So then we have a verse, we do that G thing again, then we get into a chorus, and then right after the chorus is the solo. The solo plays a lot off of the transition between the chorus and the verse by starting with the same lick. But instead of playing this part, you're just going to go from your 12th fret to your 14th fret. That is the first part of the solo. Then you have this little thing right here. We're going to start with your 12th fret of your B string. This is a mixture between picking and sliding, by the way. You're going from your 12th fret of your B string down to the 14th fret of your G string. Then you're going to hit the 12th fret of your G string and slide down to the 11th fret. So, then you go back up to the 14th fret of your G string, then your 12th fret, 11th fret, this time you're going to pick it, and then your 14th fret of your D string. So that second part is. Then for the 3rd and final part of this, you're going to put your 1st finger on the 13th fret of your B string and your middle finger on the 14th fret of your G string. And you're going to alternate between the B and the G strings, like this. And then you're going up 2 frets, and you're just going to strum those together, like this. And then right after the solo, you get into this part where you're going to be building up on the C like this, down to your A minor 7 chord. So it'll be like a. It does that 4 times, and then you go back to that G thing we were talking about, the... Then into the chorus, and it lands on our good friend, the A minor 7. That is it for this song, my friends. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I will be getting back to you very shortly. And if you need further assistance in the song, I do offer private one-on-one online lessons, whether that be Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, etc. For a limited time, I am also offering your first lesson for free, so no risk included. Just go ahead and sign up for that by hitting my email down in the description box below. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.